Alright, what you see here is a NuTone hugger ceiling fan. I got this from a Habitat Restore, the same one that We Fire 88 volunteers at, better known on the Facebook groups as Will Bunton. This fan originally came with a polished brass white fitter and a single, like a schoolhouse globe type white fitter, and I still have that white fitter. I just took it off the fan because I wanted to show it without the light. Now, as to whether or not I showed this for Spotlight, I'm not too sure. I might do it just because I showed the other one I have for Spotlight, the one made by Fan Thing with the black motor. But since this is an air-cooled made one with a white motor, I figured I might as well try to replicate the same video I did of the other one. But yeah, got this for pretty cheap. It's in very good shape for its age. Like the white on it still, like it looks brand new still. The fan is from July of 1998. And it's an air-cooled made one. I already showed the UO sticker for it and the new fan video, so if you want to see it, just look at that video. Because for me to show it in this, I'd had to, I mean, you can see the sticker right there, but you can't really, but actually, hold on, maybe like, actually, yeah, I think I'll be able to show it. NuTone, July 1998. Oh, I actually can get a good shot of it. Well, for the most part. But if you want a clearer shot of it, just watch the new fan video I did of it. And you don't have to like struggle to see it. But yeah, I see these fans a lot as a kid. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount of times. It's the place that I filmed these at the first time on the channel back in the winter of 2013. Those are the first ones I can remember seeing as a kid. I do know there's a water park up in New Hampshire, Water Country. They used to have a ton of these there. I think they were 42-inch ones though, not 52-inch ones. In the bathrooms. And then in the gift shop, they had 3 of them in blue. They were 42 inches. They painted them blue. I have pictures of those in the old fans photo slideshows from back in the day and such. That one I think is in the last one, the ones that show those ones. But I do remember they had the same exact ones in the bathrooms, but in 42 inches, I think. But they could have been 52-inch ones, I'm not sure. But I think they were 42 inches because I don't think they would have fit in there. But yeah, there was a place I filmed these at. First I showed 2 of them, then there were 3, and then most recently I found out there was a 4th one in like an office room there. I originally thought those were the older ones, the black motors, but they actually are the white ones like this and such. But yeah, I'm trying to think where else I've seen these. Oh, recently I discovered in the city that I work in at the school and such, there's a laundromat that has a lot of these in there. I've been meaning to try to get a video of them, so I'm waiting to get permission from the owner first, but the guy's never there. There's like, I want to say possibly 20 of them in there, and one of them's replaced by Hunter Oakhurst and such. But it is a pretty cool install. They're all the same like this one. But yeah, it's basically it was NuTone's hugger fan they offered in the 90s. They did sell like another one that was more contemporary looking. I think it was the NuTone Summit, I think it was called. But this is definitely their most popular hugger that people just know it's a NuTone, because NuTone was the only one that did this design with the vents and the motor housing. The original ones of these that back in the 80s were made by Safer, and they had like a different type of switch housing, like the NuTone Hacienda type switch, not the Hacienda, the Sea Island switch housing. And then they made them with, they were made by Fan Thing, and then this later, the last version I'm assuming is made by Aerocool. I'm not sure when they discontinued them, probably like maybe 1999, 2000, or 2001, 2002. Because I do know that they still had a decorator back in the early 2000s. As a buddy of mine, Nathan, has one new in the box. That's from 2002. So I wouldn't be surprised if these went up to like the early 2000s as well. Back when NuTone still had a few offerings and such. And like the showrooms before they kind of really disappeared from showrooms and only really became like an online retailer at the time. But yeah. Let's go ahead and start off on low. I will be honest, I'm not sure which version I like better, the black motored one or the black screen vents or the white motored one. In terms of appearance, I think I like the black one more just because since the top vents don't have screen vents on them, I think it looks a little bit strange with the white screen vents on the bottom. And as for which one's the better performer, that I'm not too sure about. My guess is this one only because I do know Aircool makes pretty quality products and such compared to other manufacturers. Not like super high quality, but like they're pretty good manufacturer. And it's very rare to really see anything made by Aircool not be a good air mover unless it has like a low capacitor value and such. It's definitely like a fan I use like in a garage, a laundry room, living room, kitchen. I mean, I personally wouldn't use it in those rooms, but like just like a room that I could see this fan working in and such. It is nice and quiet. It's not making any noise at all. I mean, for a fan being around 24 years old, hey, like it honestly does not look like it's that old. It honestly looks maybe like it's 10 years old at most, or 15-ish. It's moving the good breeze on low. Nothing too powerful, nothing too minimal. All right, now for medium. Now this possibly would have came with a smaller teardrop pull chain, but the ones that I saw at that place had bigger ones like this. I do know that NuTone would use smaller ones for most of the fans in the 90s, but since I don't have one that's like that, I figured I'd just use the same type I used on the other one. I'm pretty sure this is the pull chain that was on the Mink Air Mesa that I had down here. I remember swapping out the one that was on it because it got scuffed a little bit when I used to take it down to put up something else to test here, back when that was the basement fan and such. Definitely would like to find a 4-blade version of this. Now it's made by Fan Thing. Both from 52 inches and 42 inches. I mean, any NuTone decorator that I come across, not decorator, hug ceiling that I come across, I'll definitely try to get. Like, I do like these fans a lot. And I think that they look pretty unique. They have like a late 80s, early 90s look to the housing. Like, they look like something you'd see like in a bathroom with the vents on them and such. Like a bathroom fan. Like the exhaust fans and such. It has a good medium speed. It's nothing too crazy, but it's a nice, it's like a good relaxing medium speed. It's not overbearing at all or anything. All right, and now to move it up to high. Now the bottom portion of the pole chain is actually from the bathroom dressing room that I have, the Hunter one. The light pole chain on it, recently part of it, I guess got a bit rusted and it broke off when my mom tried to turn the light on or off, I think. And recently we just leave it with just the fan extension one because we rarely even turn the light on or off unless it's with the switch, and every time we go in it we use the light. So I just took a part of it that was still usable and I put it on this to use for this pole chain. Honestly not doing a bad job in high speed. I do know more people are gonna prefer the black motor one made by Phantom because, oh, it looks more vintage, but I honestly could care less if something looks more vintage or not. If it's a better performer, I would prefer that one. I mean, do I think they look cooler sometimes when they look more vintage? Yeah, but it's like with the handmade chat. Everybody, a lot of people like the black motor ones, but there's a white motor one made by Airco that's actually even better than that. I do know they made black motored ones made by Airco too, but I don't know if those are the same quality. But I like with the little profiles. I know some people like the 90s ones with the black motors more than the white ones. I don't really mind it. I kind of like them a lot with the white ones too, and they are a bit more childhood in some regards with the white motors. 'Cause I'd see them more in the stores with the white motors back when they were still on display. Out in public, I'd see them more with the black motors, but on the displays they had the white motored ones. Well, at Lowe's, that is, not at Home Depot. I think the Home Depot one near me had it with the black motor still on the display. But what was I gonna say? I don't know. I feel like it really depends on the fan and like where it's installed. If it looks better, a bit more updated with it being like all white, or if it looks better with a more vintage look to it, having a black motor. It really depends. I do feel like the white kind of helps in the sense that even if it has a vintage design, it doesn't make it look as dated by having a white motor. So like with this fan, the low profiles, stuff like that. Even to make it air masers. I mean, I know that those fans back when they were first introduced, the white ones had a black motor to them, which I definitely would like to find one with a black motor, and even just an older one back when they had them in a brass finish. Yeah. Just standing underneath, I can definitely say that this definitely moves a bit more air than the fan thing version that I have with the black motor. I mean, it has been quite some time since I've tested it, but this one definitely impresses me a lot more. And usually I remember the performance on it based on how impressed I am by how it does on the high speed. Like for a 52-inch hugger fan like this is definitely like what I'd expect from it. Whereas the other one, I was like not too impressed by it. Not that it didn't do a good job, but it's just this one does a better job. It's definitely not Hunter air movement or Casablanca, but like with it being made by Airco, that definitely gives it an edge above other builder type fans. Which I'm not sure if these are really a builder fan or not. They might have been like a builder offering from NuTone. I'm not too sure though. I know that the decorator was, but I'm not sure if the ceilings. But yeah, no, this definitely moves more air than the other ones that I have, without a question. Shut it off and do spin down. And then I'll show it on reverse. Yeah, the library that's near me, I've always thought that would look good, like in some of the areas with like white hugger fans, be it NuTone hug the ceilings and 52 inches or 42 inches, low profile ones or twos. Especially the twos, I think it would look pretty good there. the Amazon traditional snuggers or the contemporary snuggers. I think it makes like a lot of like generic looking huggers. There's like the lower basement area, then the upstairs area with the computers. I think would look really good with them. 52-inch ones too if they could fit, but it's just I feel like the 42-inch one would be more proportionate. I remember when I got the Casablanca Atlantis in polished brass off of eBay, which I still need to get around to testing. Because that one's one of the blade badges on the tip, the part that holds the screw in, broke, and I need to reattach it to it and such. So yeah, but that's why I haven't tested that one yet. I was actually going to. I had it hung up, and then the thing got busted on it. But I do also have a set of oak blades for it now, so I was planning to show it with oak blades and rosewood. But I always thought that fan would look really good in the library because it has like a 90s look with those big round glass light fixtures that have the brass ring around them. And I always thought that would have looked pretty cool in there. But even brass Hunter Infinities and bright brass would look good in that library. Or like brass originals, 4-bladed fans or something. Yeah, and something I also noticed with this one is that the motor seems a bit beefier than the other one that I have. Not by a whole lot, but it's definitely noticeable. Yeah, I definitely need to pull the small polished brass one that I have from the storage unit and retest that one down here. That's been on the to-do list for a long time. But that one I know is made by Aircool. That is from, I think it's a year older than this one. It's from '97, I think it is. And if I ever find a white one that's made by Fan Thing in 42 inches, I kind of want to like have them like kind of next to each other so I can kind of compare them whenever I retest that one. I always do feel that this would have looked better with the top portion having screen vents, because just seeing the mounting bracket, and you can also see like the wire caps and all that, I feel like it just makes it less appealing. Considering how wide the vents are, you can see it into it a bit more. All right, now for high on reverse. It's definitely a quiet fan, which I'm really happy about, because the mounting bracket doesn't have like any of the insulation stuff to reduce the vibration. So I was actually worried that would be a bit noisy and such. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.